Part number 3, further exception to rabbinical decree. In a case where one's refusal to prepare food for Gentile may lead to animosity, the Rabbi suspended their decree, even though the reason for the prohibition apply. Thus, it is permitted to increase the amount on behalf of Gentile, or to invite Gentile in one's home for a meal, when it's necessary to preclude animosity. The following 2 examples serve as to illustrate this rule. I mean, let us never be in this position when you force, otherwise you create animosity. They can like start riots against the Jews and stuff like that. That's not a situation to be in. Okay, so we're trying to avoid all of this, even the situation that might lead to the situation. Okay. So one more time. In case where one's refusal to prepare food for Gentile may lead to animosity, meaning that they want to be invited for first day of Pesach or something, right? The Rabbi suspended their decrees, even though the reason for the prohibition apply. Okay. Thus, it is permitted to increase the amount on behalf of Gentile, or to invite Gentile, right? So you can cook more for them, specifically for them. I mean, meaning, but even though it's not necessary, as we said, you just cook in general, right? Or invite Gentile to one's home for a meal. So that's the issue. To invite, that's the issue. Okay. When this is necessary to preclude animosity. So we're going to see, like, especially in olden days, but even today, maybe your boss said, look, I have, I'm visiting like from another city. I heard about you, Mr. Jew, and my family is here. We want to come to you for Shabbos, just, no, Shabbos, no problem, for a Pesach, to experience the Pesach. What can you do, right? The following 2 examples serve to illustrate this rule. A, if Gentile comes to one's home and asks for a drink, or tea or coffee, and one is unable to explain that the laws of Yom Tov prohibit heating water, in this situation, one is permitted to heat water and have a hot drink with a Gentile. Very interesting. Even though he drinks only in Gentile's honor. We resort to this dispensation of increasing the amount. There's a heating water for himself, a Gentile, in order to prevent animosity toward the Jews that might result if the Jew would not accommodate the Gentile. Okay, so it's a very interesting example, so let's look at it one more time. So a Gentile comes to a Jewish home and asks for a tea or coffee. Maybe it's a winter, it's very cold, right? So of course you're not going to explain. I mean, today we have this water urn, and you can pour as much as you want. They usually put, we usually do just in case if somebody decided to drink even 5 cups or something a day is still enough. So we have a big one, and just in case, you never know. Maybe you need hot water for many things. Okay. So it would be no problem, but here is a problem with that person does not have this hot water, and the Gentile comes and he wants to drink coffee. So it's like for him, it's like he's not asking for the whole meal, just a cup of coffee, right? I don't know. Okay, so he asks for a cup of coffee, right? So you are allowed to drink with him, right? Drink with him. So in some sense, so you heat this water for yourself, but a little extra, of course, it is also for him, but it's not only for a Gentile, but for you as well. Okay, so that's the dispensation. Very interesting. So it's like you increase in amount. So in order to prevent animosity toward the Jews that might result if the Jew would not accommodate the Gentile. Okay, no problem. if one has a close, but you see, I think in my mind, like some people, some Jews are getting like too friendly and with the Gentiles, too close, and then of course these people would not understand why you don't invite them. It's like it's your holidays. I always, Mr. Jew, invite you on our holidays, even it's Avodah Zarah, always. Absolutely, we are welcoming people. We are the same people, right? And you never invite us on your holidays. You understand? But if you keep the distance, that's the best. So you be cordial, say hello, good morning, how are you? Nice dog, nice cat, whatever, and just keep the distance. I'm busy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, so okay. Don't tell them about holidays. Yeah, I have to run to the shul, I have to run, my wife, this, that, cat, dog, son, daughter, whatever. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you, and I see you later. Have a nice day, have a blessed day, whatever. And just keep the distance. The more distance you have, the better is for you. So we remember, all remember. If somebody do not remember, I'm going to remind what's happened to Shalamis. So this woman that got raped in Egypt, right? Why? Because why Shalamis? Because she was very friendly, very chattery with all men. She says shalom, shalom, shalom to everybody, all of the Egyptians. And of course, this Egyptian got into his head, maybe she likes me. And she got raped and got this Mika guy, right, who later on cursed Hashem. You understand? From her, like, being too friendly with Gentiles. So, okay, we're being good, we're friendly, but keep the distance. The better, the bigger distance is the better. Okay, with all of the respect. Continue. If one has a close friend, so just so no one from my neighbors, no one ever been in my house, nobody, ever. I don't need them. Okay. If one has a close family member who has rejected the Torah commandments, and the failure to invite the relative for the Yom Tov meal might cause animosity, one is permitted to invite that person. Now, it is prohibited to cook specifically for such a guest on Yom Tov. However, it is permissible to increase the amount in the pot which one cooks in order to accommodate the guest. As mentioned above, cooking an extra item that requires individual efforts is prohibited. So we're going to do this. Okay, actually, let's do this part because the second part has to do with something else. Okay, one more part. So, common example. If one has a close family member who has rejected the Torah commandments. So if he rejected the Torah commandments, so he said, no, can I come to you on Pesach? What to say? It's not so easy. It's on a case-by-case basis. But basically, like, if a person is trying to get closer, and you can like ask the question, trying to get closer, are you willing to accept Shabbos, this and that? And so especially if person knows, right? Are you willing to do something, like if he's or she willing to do teshuva in some, like the minimum level of teshuva, so you can invite the person, there's no problem. But if he or she just insists that I have nothing else to do like this evening and I want to come to it, that's the problem. So I would not invite such people. Okay. So don't put yourself in a situation, be extra friendly, says people. Okay. So if they want to do teshuva, yeah, absolutely. Love them as much as you love I don't know who, but otherwise no. So if one has a close family member who has rejected Torah commandments and the failure to invite a relative on for a Yom Tov meal might cause animosity. Okay, I'm not sure what is the animosity. He spits at Hashem and now he wants to eat like a chicken and on a Pesach. Like, what is animosity? One is permitted to invite that person. Okay, so technically after the fact, if I don't know what's going on, then maybe your uncle, maybe this, maybe that. Okay, maybe like in my community, like several years ago, somebody called me, one of my guys that I used to learn with, and he said, "We wanna. Okay, can you invite one lady?" So I do, like, you sharpen guests for me. What's going on? No, he said no, she's depressed, and we try to accommodate. So every Friday night or Shabbos day she goes to another place. But then of course we invited this lady, but she was depressed. But then we found out, so she had arguments with all of her children, and she drives them crazy. And she does not hide it, and now we have to deal with that. You understand? That's also the problem. So that was the first and last time. He called me again. I said, you know what? You want to invite her? You invite her. However, it is permissible to increase the amount in pot which one cooks in order to accommodate the guest. Okay, so again, it's not for him, but in general, you add to the to the pot again. So if it does not require extra efforts. Okay. Continue. As mentioned in the beginning of this chapter, it is permitted to do Melachah in order to prepare food for a Jew who was never afforded the opportunity to be religious. So we had these neighbors, they moved away, but so they said, yeah, we're interested in Judaism, this and that. Okay, so these people, of course, we invite, but others, we don't. We don't, period. Okay. When in doubt as to whether the potential Yom Tov guest fits into this category, one should consult competent halachic authority. Right? So basically, some people have meaning that who never ever was exposed in Judaism. So it's these people is very hard to find, almost impossible. But at least these few couples that we invited, from our block, but from the shul, we invite many people. But this couple, basically, they said they're interested in this and that. So it's not like when a person on the way of Teshuvah, yes, you can invite them. But if they're not interested and they insisted to lead their lifestyle wherever they like, and they just want to eat for free in your house, that's people like that we would not invite. Okay. So do your homework. Okay. Any questions on what we said? Yes. Go ahead.
We have a couple questions on the board, but I guess only one of them is
related.
It's related to the topic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I guess we can leave it for the end.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the one that is related to the topic goes, Shalom Kodav. If one is a convert and not inviting the biological parents for Yom Tov could cause animosity, can he invite them over on Yom Tov?
I mean, this animosity, yes, it would be big disrespect. But if they agree to respect all the rules of the house, so even though he's a little son, right, and they've been telling him what to do all his life, but he in his house, in his apartment, he's the boss. So he said, you don't turn off the light. That goes. You understand? If they decided to do whatever the crazy things, turn on television or start playing with the phone during the meal, so don't invite them. So I thank you very much for reminding. So I had this situation, like similar situation, and when I list all of the rules, like for its normal rules, so the person say, "Let me get back to you." So a few people like that, they never get back to me. You understand? So maybe if you tell them not to play with the phone, leave the phone in I don't know, whatever, in another place, right? And don't park in front of my house because other people would think that I invited Jews that actually drive, and if don't smoke, for example, if father or mother smokes, for example. Right? Don't smoke in front of my house. Don't go onto my porch and just start smoking on holidays. So you list them the list of restrictions, or try to invite them to another day. Say no, you know what? Holiday is such a, it starts very late, especially, and it is true. So if you don't go by the leniencies, and you, let's say, sorry, you follow Rabbeinu Tam. So I say, I follow Rabbeinu Tam. I'm starting my holidays at, I don't know, wherever you live, almost 9:30 p.m. Right? For Pesach, for sure. Around where I live, 9:30 p.m. So we're going to get done like by 1 a.m., let's say. So a person say, like a parent say, oh, it's so late, you're not supposed to eat. Okay, look, I'm just telling you my schedule. We're going to read book. And the book has the whole story of Exodus. And nobody's allowed to eat. So you give them the whole program in advance. Like you tell them the truth. Nobody's allowed to eat until some little crackers, we call it matzah, until we finish with the story. Then we eat more, we eat this, we eat that, and then we have dinner, then we bless God, and then guess what? We bless God again and again and again, and we tell, and okay. So when you give them the whole story that it's going to be like, there are a few times I felt so like uncomfortable. The people ask from my neighborhood, asked to come to my house on Pesach, because somebody else like were in my house several years ago. But this guy did not realize he's like a single guy, and he recommended to that family. And I told the family, look, you children, if you never experienced Pesach, it's too much. Better come on Friday night. It's much shorter. But they know we want to show the children. We want to, like, she was more like into it. The guy was not, and they had children, teenagers. So by the time we got to the end of the story, so I let them even read from Haggadah, because they were like bored. They're not used to. They used to watch TV and play games. So this Pesach was disaster. So they were like standing up in the middle of Seder and said, we want to go, we want to leave. It's also craziness. You understand? So it was a few times this kind of disaster. I said, look, you want to go. Like just say Birchas Hamazon on your own. He's the English translation. What I would say, you want to go. We're not going to like shorten because of you. You understand? Because you tell them what how it's going to be, and it's better not to invite. Say, when you scare them enough, so basically most of the people drop off. That's my tactics. Scaring them enough, you just tell them the truth. I'm not going to minimize anything because of you. So if you want to live up to the level, yes. If not, come on Friday. We can sit for 1.5 hours, and that's it. You can go home, no problem. But not on Pesach. Don't tell me what to do on Pesach.